All right, welcome back to What the Actual Fuck. And as you can see, we have a new, different setup for today. And for continuing, I was paranoid on the whole COVID shit, so I was like, fuck that. We should probably do this virtual like everyone else, and that's what we're doing. But I would love to present our new special guest, Nathan. Introduce yourself, Nathan.
Nathan. I'm friends with Gabriel, Sergio, and Miguel, and I like Kobe Bryant and the Lakers.
That's right. That's right. All right, this will be a special episode for you because we're gonna be talking about simping. All right, Gabriel, what is your definition of simping?
Of course. I don't know, just like what can I say? I'm on the spot, bro. Like just someone like being like a tryhard, just trying to get a girl. Like to try to get a girl that acting like really
what do you do
tryhardish.
to be a tryhard? Like, what action do you take and what do you say to her?
Like over texting, or like if she's clearly not into you, like maybe she's not texting you as much, like just consistently like just texting her, even though like it's not the same energy between both of you. Maybe something like that.
Okay. Do you have any experiences on simping?
I just see him laughing.
I think we all have experience. I have experience.
Nothing like what I just said though, but like I guess yeah.
How about you, Nathan? What is your definition of simping?
It's like you have no chance. You still keep going and going and going, and you have no chance. So what's the point in going? Like, I feel like guys do it more than girls do, because usually like a guy messages a girl first. Not that a girl can't do it. Usually a guy messages a girl first.
Yeah,
they should. But I mean, yeah, just knowing you don't have a chance, and then just keep on going with it, and you just don't stop. And thinking about this girl like the whole time, and you're not even in a relationship.
Yeah, that's definitely a sip. What about you, Miguel?
So I have like two different definitions of it, because when I first like found out like what it was, or like the way like someone explained it to me the first time I ever heard the word, it was like it meant like you were like in your feelings. But now I feel like the narrative now for like simp is like, oh, someone who like what Nathan said, like someone who knows that they don't have a chance, but they like keep going at it and trying, and like giving her like whatever, like money or super like a lot of attention. So I don't know, like I don't know, it can be like either or. Like I feel like the first one is like normal, like everybody like
pressures over someone at some point.
I'm in my feelings state. Yeah, but I guess like the second definition kind of like that's kind of weird. Like, yeah, you're a simp.
I don't know. I mean, you guys already explained it for me. Yeah, I also think that simping is just trying to chase someone that clearly doesn't want you back, and you just over exaggerating every little thing, like complimenting her or like texting her, like everything you guys said is like obviously what simping is just giving the person attention giving attention to someone that doesn't have the same energy for you, and just over.
Why do guys do it though?
Why do guys do it? I feel like
like more than girls, or what do you mean?
No, because society makes them do it. Like you gotta be the first. You gotta text her. You gotta like you should be praising her all the time. It's like, dude, like no, like guys shouldn't praise women all the time. Like women should praise you as well. I'm not like I said, we're kings. We should be.
I don't know if it's necessary because of society. Personally, I think it's like at some point everyone crushes on someone, and then like I think what leads to simping is like honestly like truly believing that it's like it's kind of like not necessarily like a dream for you, but like perfect scenarios you get with that person, right? Because you're crushing on them. So I feel like you just take drastic measures sometimes in order to hopefully get that shot that you feel like would be a perfect situation. So that's why like people overly text or they just act extra.
Yeah, but why do guys do it though? Why do guys do it though? That's what Nathan's trying to ask.
Like, do you mean why do guys do more than girls?
Bored.
Or just
when you don't have a chance, like why do they keep texting when there's other
or they're trolling?
We're talking about when they're simping. I was talking about like why do they like do it first, and like why do they talk first, or why do they try and keep a conversation going.
Oh,
Because that's what I say. Like society forces the guy. It's like, oh, you're the guy. You're supposed to text first. You're supposed to talk to him. You're supposed to praise him. But as we're talking about simping, it's just because they have like women could be manipulated. They could make you think like you have a chance, but in reality, you don't. You don't.
Yeah,
have a
I feel you.
chance.
I get what you're talking about. So like they'll kind of act like they're into it, but they're not fully into it. But like you take it as like, oh, they're 100% into it. So you put everything into that like whole like little situation.
I feel like,
but in reality, she's like nah.
Especially if they're getting something out of it.
Okay, I have a take on this. It's gonna like be weird though, or like might be like controversial. I feel like girls don't do it as much because if they do it, then they're gonna be labeled as like hoes or whores or whatever, or sluts or whatever. So I feel like they're kind of like, if you do it, it's like a lose-lose situation.
I was watching this one movie, right? On it's called 40 Days and 40 Nights. I don't know if you guys watched it. So it's about this guy who just gave up sex, right? Anything about sex, anything about a woman, like kissing, touching, sex, anything, right? And there's parts of the movies is like that woman said, like, oh, like you're taking away my power, like I seek this attention and you're not wanting it from me, so like you gotta like I'm willing to sleep with you just so I can have that power back, So I feel like it's just the sort of power that they get, like us guys, like we probably grew up thinking like, oh, you gotta text her first, you gotta pay for her meals, you gotta ask her out, all this shit, right? And I feel like women were just some of these women were praised like, oh, guys should be chasing you, guys should be wanting you, so they just have this sense
like
of
you're
power.
put on this higher pedestal, kind of.
They're put up on this high pedestal, thinking like they're so powerful. So I feel like once you take that power away from them, then they start wanting to talk to you more and hitting you back. But since like there's always gonna be a guy hitting that girl up, so they're just gonna have this power over and over and over, and it's never gonna end. Prime example.
I feel like if I had a daughter, I'd rather have a guy message her than her messaging a bunch of guys.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Of course, yeah.
I mean, but a girl doesn't have to text like 20, 30 guys. Like she could just text 2-3 guys that she really is into. You know?
I agree.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying, Miguel, is like it depends on the person. If a girl wants to talk to 20, 30 guys, hey, that's her problem. Obviously you're gonna be labeled as that person because 20, 30 people, like, come on. But
that's
if you're a woman who's like text one guy, 3 guys, like obviously there's gonna still be guys who's gonna be label you as that, but majority of them is just not gonna care. Like me, I don't really care. Like if you could hit up other guys, like I really don't give a shit. Like that just shows me what kind of person you are. Like I said, there's really fucked up people. Like there's like guys who sexually talk to a girl and they don't even know them. Like send them dick pics and all this bullshit. Like I'm not the type of person, So it's like there's different type of guys. Like I don't sense why would a guy ever talk to a woman like that.
Well,
those are super simps.
Sure, they get tired of it.
They're just like weird offenders and shit.
What's up, Miguel?
No, I was gonna say like I wasn't really talking about like girls like texting other people. I was more so talking, was showing like I know some guy into it. Scared to do that because of the backlash they'll get from the media or society or whatever.
So like, if a guy texts like 20 girls, then he's like kind of like praised for it, like especially if they're all like going pretty good. Like if a girl like does the same exact thing, she's labeled as like a certain person. You kind of say it like that.
Yeah, yeah, that's one way to look at it, and it's kind of.
But then, like I said, it depends on the person as well. Because if there's in that situation, if a guy did it and a girl did it, my take on both of them is like, I don't give a fuck. Like, do whatever you want. Like, but the other people would be like, oh my god, you're such a fucking fuck boy. You're a slut. Like, whatever. Like, it depends on the person and how you were raised. If you're like, if you care about someone else's life, that just shows how much like the type of person you are. Like, worry about yourself. Don't worry about others.
Yeah, I get you.
The golden rule. Treat yourself.
Treat people. I think definitely. I wouldn't be that type of person that would be like texting like multiple people. I think it's kind of like how. Well, a mix of what Nathan said, like, because the whole girl thing. Because I know, like you said, Sergio, like, oh, like society makes it like, oh, the guy has to text first, the guy has to do all these things, and then But I kind of do agree with Nathan. Like, if I had like a daughter, I kind of would want like the guy to text her first, also. But then again, I also don't want like keep it to
I mean,
not
she could be
necessarily a
independent.
minimum, but like keep it realistic. Because texting 20 different guys is not realistic in the sense of like if you're trying to look for like someone that you actually love or actually wants to like dedicate a relationship to, right? Like, of course, it builds up to that at some point. And
You'd be
like just
surprised,
texting
though.
20 different people, bro, that's not realistic.
You'd be
Like, if that's what you're
surprised.
looking for.
I mean, in high school, it's whatever.
But like texting like 2, maybe 3 people, like, that's pretty realistic because like that means like that shows that you like you genuinely are interested in that that conversation with that person and like your feelings are like genuine towards it, right? Do you get me? Because I feel like you said, like girls could be like having like 20 different like conversations with like 20 different guys, but most of them, or like if not all of them, probably mean nothing. It's just them maybe like trying to get something out of it, or just like where it's like getting that satisfaction of like getting complimented all the time by them or whatever it may be. You get me?
I don't know if you guys feel the same thing, but like when I talk to people, like, I get bored. Like I honestly get bored, and I just stop hitting people up. So, me, the sense of
Well,
being
yeah,
able to
that's
talk to
because you're
multiple
always
people, I
talking to
can't.
people on the phone.
It's not like in person, Miguel.
That's because you're always talking to people. Yeah, like once you do it in person, it's a whole different situation, and you don't
Yeah,
get
whole different feeling and stuff.
just to know the person.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, Nathan.
So another point, this whole topic is out of the picture, right? When someone's in a relationship, like you can't be a simp in a relationship,
No, I don't think so.
right?
No,
Yes.
that just make no
I
sense.
think you could be a
'cause you think
simp
someone
during a
could be a
Yes, you
simp?
relationship.
can.
Dude,
A
what
simp
if
think
to
so.
your
you're doing
significant other,
everything
or a
for
simp
her,
to
but
other
she's not
people?
doing anything for you? Like
Yeah.
it's equal.
Oh, okay.
It should
No,
be equal. Like
You
get
can
that. I
be
agree.
whipped.
No, I thought you. No, okay. You see, so I'm confused that we're talking about. So
Still
if
feel that falls under simp.
so you think someone that's already in a relationship can simp to other people?
No,
Like other
to
people
your
they're not.
partner,
no,
to your
simp as in their
relationship.
own
Okay, you see that
relationship.
I agree with
Wait,
that.
what? No,
I
no, no.
agree with the other thing that I just said. Yeah,
What?
I think you could be a simp
In
to.
your own
But
relationship.
what if you just classified as
Yeah.
whip? Like what he said?
Oh, whipped?
Yeah, I
Like
guess
we would just call it that, right? Not
I
necessarily.
mean, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, so
It can be
you're-
both.
So you're getting promoted? Oh, so you're a simp, now you're whipped? Like the fuck?
No, is there two different?
I feel like it could be. It's a double meaning.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think
'Cause,
so.
like, this is the definition of simping. It says simping means foolishly over catering to the exaggerated emotions of a woman. Simping can also mean a man being in his feelings and allowing a woman to take over his mind. The term simp and simping nowadays is commonly used to criticize and mock men who overvalue women and feel entitled to women's attention. So, regardless if you're in a relationship or not, if you're overvaluing
You
a
can still
woman's
technically be
attention,
one.
you're still a simp. Doesn't matter what you do to them. Like, if you fucking gave them if you gave money to a woman and you weren't dating, but you still gave money to a woman and she doesn't give shit back to you in a relationship, like it's equally, like it should be equal parts. Like it's a relationship. It's not it's not a monarchy.
It's like a give and take for both sides.
Yeah, it's
Yeah. So
It's like-
you think being a simp and being whipped are two different things?
No, I think they're the same thing.
That's what I'm saying. So like, will we just
But, like-
classify simping like as like a non-relationship thing, and then being whipped as a relationship
No,
thing?
I say
But like
they're
mean the
both
same
in
thing.
I say they're both in this. They both mean the same thing and equal in anything. It's just
And you can
different
use them
You can
in
be-
both like.
You can be whipped and not in a relationship too.
Yeah.
Okay, so we think like they kind of mean like the same thing. Just like it just depends what word you use. Kind of
Yeah.
like they're the same thing basically, and they can for sure. Yeah, makes sense.
Something you
That
don't
sucks. I
want
feel bad for
being
people
in a
that have to pay
relationship.
for people.
Like me,
There's a lot of people out there.
Yeah,
Yeah, that sucks.
It's I stop myself from being a simp sometimes. Like there's most times where like, yeah, you test it out and see like, okay, can this go somewhere? And if it does, I'm like, all right, bye, peace, I'm backing out. Like I just can't. Like I don't know. Like if I've ever been a simp, I don't think I've ever been a simp actually. Like I always just fucking give up. Like honestly, if you're not giving me the same energy, like I'm just gonna leave, and you can just find another simp for you. Like it ain't gonna be me though.
For you.
But Nathan, were you a simp for your current girlfriend?
Your girl.
But
No way. Nah.
I mean, oh,
Mm.
was she equal to you?
The
Like,
energy was equal between
equal.
us.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, the energy has to be equal. Like, you
Yeah.
cannot overvalue someone. Like, it's if you're a simp and you go into a relationship, the relationship is not gonna last. Like 100%. You're gonna
There's
break down
yeah.
sooner or later. Gabriel, would you simp for a girl knowing that
I feel like there's people out there who are over caring for people.
you saved your ass? What'd you say, Miguel?
No, I agree. I agree, Miguel. Just like, is there a difference between
I
that
feel
though?
like there's people that are just naturally over caring for people. Like, if
But
I
then at that
give
point,
something
I'd say,
to like some
But
girl
yeah,
that I like,
even if you
I'm not gonna be.
even if you over care for someone, it's still like doesn't matter if that person not treating you equally. Like you're getting used, you're being used. Even if you over care for someone, you're still gonna be a simp.
you're an
So you still
overcaring
think
person.
that
Oh yeah, I'm just.
There should be like a
Yeah.
certain extent how caring you should be. Like there's no way you should
You
be.
need to find an equally caring person for you. Like,
Exactly.
Yeah. Like puts the same effort as you would in that relationship, if it were to be a
were you
relationship.
gonna ask Gabe?
Yeah,
I
what
was
were you
just,
asking?
I was just asking Miguel, Gabriel that, would you simp for someone knowing that you could be with someone, like, even if they don't? I don't know, like, would you simp for a relationship, or would you just like know that you're doing something wrong and you're not gonna continue it?
So
like-
do I already know?
Just
Do
like
I
my
know it's not
just
gonna
like
get
my
anywhere?
I
metaphor.
feel like he had no control over it.
No, just like I used my metaphor last night. I tweeted this shit. I was like, I don't know if I should like the ball when the ball's in your court, right? Do you want to keep playing and shoot your shot, or do you just want to walk off the court and just not play anymore? Like, would you continue
miss.
your path
Yeah.
to talking to someone that you don't deserve, or they don't deserve you, or you're just gonna walk away and find someone else?
I mean, it depends. You know,
It's kind of hard because
if
you
the
gotta be in a
relationship could actually,
situation though.
yeah, I feel like just me, like just the person I am, I'm just a too overcaring person regardless. Kind of like what Miguel said, and that's not even if it was like just friends or like looking for a relationship. You know, I just feel like just in general. So going back to what you said, that situation, do I already know it's gonna go nowhere? Because if that's the case, then no, I wouldn't. Because if it's not going anywhere, then what's the point?
Yeah.
You know?
But yeah, I think we should start a movement with this. Like, stop all simping. Or what should be the hashtag?
Hmm.
Stop simping or Stims put a stop? Or
I don't know.
I'm gonna say stop all. I'm gonna use this hashtag stop all simping. And yeah, I feel like all men should stop simping and just be true and be a king, because that's who we are.
Anything wrong with people simping? That's the way.
Dog, I cannot hear you. I'm sorry. All I heard was nothing's wrong with simping.
Simping.
He's
I
talking
think
about the
there
other
is though.
something.
There has to be something wrong with it. Like, yeah, obviously, like it's okay to praise someone and be, but it has to be equal. You cannot just go
Hello?
all out and just
We can hear you. We can hear you.
yeah.
So you think simping's fine as
I
long
think
as
he's talking about the other
it's like
something.
as long as it's reciprocated? Because imagine having two simps together, bro. That's like perfect.
Yeah,
They're both
see?
putting in the extra
But
work.
that's
Yeah.
equal though. But if it's just
Yeah,
one way,
yeah.
like that's what I'm saying. Stop us. I mean, I guess stop.
So simping's cool
Fuck.
if it's reciprocated. Like,
Yeah.
cool. Good to know.
Oh, fucking Gabriel's like, I gotta find a simp girl. But yeah, I think that ends for this episode of simping. Let me know below if you ever simped for someone before. Don't be shy. I think Gabriel has done before. I think I've done it before. Fucking left. All right, we're gonna end there. Let me know in the comments below though.
Oh, he's back.
Peace.
He's back. Peace.